Imagine if every thought you have shapes the way you see the world and even determines what you attract into your life. The truth is, your mind finds what you feed it. When you nourish it with positivity, focus, and purpose, you create a mindset that empowers you. But if you feed it with negativity, fear, or doubt, that's exactly what you'll encounter everywhere you go. As Buddha said, the mind is everything. What you think, you become. In this video, we'll explore 7 powerful lessons to help you consciously feed your mind for a life filled with peace, growth, and fulfillment. Lesson 1. Thoughts are the seeds of reality. In Buddhism, the power of thought is a central teaching. Our thoughts shape our actions, influence our speech, and direct our intentions. Consider the analogy of a garden. If we plant seeds of compassion, patience, and understanding, our lives will bear the fruits of these qualities. But if we plant seeds of anger, envy, and greed, then suffering, anxiety, and restlessness will sprout. In Buddhist practice, this understanding is why meditation and mindfulness are so crucial. By observing our thoughts without attachment, we can identify which seeds we're planting and make conscious choices to shift our thinking toward kindness, gratitude, and compassion. Each thought we allow to take root is a building block for the world we experience. This is why the Buddha stressed the importance of right thought as part of the Noble Eightfold Path. Feed your mind with positive, uplifting thoughts, and you'll find your inner and outer worlds transform. 2. Choose your inputs carefully. The mind absorbs what it is surrounded by. This lesson relates to the Buddhist practice of guarding the sense doors, where we're mindful of what we allow into our consciousness through our senses, what we see, hear, read, and even the conversations we engage in. If we constantly expose ourselves to negative news, toxic conversations, or environments filled with gossip and drama, our minds become cluttered and distressed. Choose inputs that nourish the mind and lead it toward peace. For example, if we fill our environment with teachings of the Dharma, supportive friends and positive influences, we're nourishing our inner landscape with calm and understanding. Take a moment each day to reflect on what you are allowing into your mind. Perhaps listen to a guided meditation, read a passage from a Buddhist text, or spend time in nature. These simple shifts can help you build a mental space of peace and clarity, reflecting what you intentionally allow into it. 3. Turn off autopilot. Thinking in Buddhism, mindless reactivity is seen as one of the greatest obstacles to inner peace. Many of us go through life on autopilot, reacting to situations and people without full awareness. This reactivity often stems from habitual thought patterns, sometimes shaped by past traumas, fears, or social conditioning that dictate how we respond to the world. By constantly feeding these autopilot responses, we lose control over our mind's direction. Through mindfulness, we can become more aware of these automatic patterns. When you find yourself reacting, pause and observe the thought behind the reaction. Is it anger, fear, jealousy? Acknowledge it without judgment and then consciously choose a new way to respond. Each time you interrupt autopilot thinking, you reclaim a bit of control over your mind. Over time, you'll find it easier to respond from a place of peace and compassion rather than from ingrained habits, allowing your mind to reflect clarity rather than chaos. 4. Reframe challenges as opportunities. Buddhism teaches that suffering is an inevitable part of life, but it also teaches that suffering can be a profound teacher. When faced with challenges, we often instinctively resist, trying to avoid discomfort at all costs. However, these moments of difficulty often carry essential lessons about patience, resilience, and letting go. Consider how Buddhist monks embrace discomfort and challenge as ways to train the mind. A challenging experience becomes an opportunity to cultivate inner strength and learn non-attachment. By reframing suffering in this way, we free ourselves from the need to resist life's difficulties and instead accept them with an open heart. Each time we face a challenge, we can ask ourselves, what is this trying to teach me? Feeding your mind with this perspective not only builds resilience, but also transforms suffering into wisdom, allowing you to navigate life with greater equanimity. 5. Practice gratitude daily. In Buddhism, gratitude is more than just saying thank you or appreciating something nice. It's a powerful pathway to experiencing true joy and breaking free from endless wanting or craving. The Buddha taught that our minds are often preoccupied with desires for things we don't have. These desires keep us restless, always searching for happiness somewhere else, in something or someone. But gratitude changes that by shifting our focus from what's missing in our lives to what's already present. When we make this shift, we feel more fulfilled and content, as if our lives are already enough just as they are. Practicing gratitude can be simple and doesn't require a big effort. One effective way is to start each day by reflecting on a few things you're thankful for. It might be the warmth of sunlight in the morning, the comforting taste of a favorite drink, or a pleasant moment shared with a friend. Even small things like the feeling of a soft blanket, the peacefulness of a quiet moment, or the beauty of a flower in bloom can be part of your gratitude practice. The point is to pause and acknowledge these small blessings that often go unnoticed, shifting your mind to see what's good in your life. Every time you express gratitude, you're training your mind to notice the positive aspects of life. This mental habit is particularly powerful during tough times. When we're feeling stressed, worried, or sad, our natural tendency might be to focus on what's wrong or missing. But practicing gratitude helps us to look beyond immediate difficulties and notice that, even in challenging moments, there are still good things around us. This can be as simple as feeling grateful for a supportive friend during hard times, or appreciating a moment of rest after a busy day. Gratitude can become a natural response, bringing peace and fulfillment into your everyday life. As you practice, you may notice that feelings of longing or dissatisfaction start to fade. Instead of always seeking something more or something else, you'll feel more at ease with what you already have. Your inner environment becomes calmer and more peaceful, and this sense of appreciation helps you build a life filled with more joy and contentment. 6. Visualize your goals as achieved. Visualization is a powerful tool in Buddhism, often used to cultivate qualities like compassion, patience, and mindfulness. This practice involves vividly imagining oneself embodying positive qualities or visualizing a peaceful state of mind, reinforcing these attributes in daily life. In Buddhist meditation, visualization is seen as a form of mental training, helping us become more compassionate, focused, and resilient when facing challenges. By picturing our goals and ideal qualities as though they're already part of us, we train the mind to adopt and embrace these attributes, making them more attainable. Imagine you want to become more patient or compassionate, for example. Instead of simply hoping for these qualities, sit in meditation and picture yourself acting with patience and kindness. See yourself responding calmly in challenging situations, smiling at others, and embodying compassion with everyone you meet. Picture every detail: the sound of your voice, the expression on your face, and the feelings of peace in your heart. By immersing yourself in this visualization, you're planting the seeds of patience and compassion in your mind, allowing them to grow naturally in your everyday life. This isn't merely daydreaming, it's a deep rewiring of the mind. Studies show that visualizing an action or quality can activate the same areas in the brain as physically performing it, which aligns with Buddhist teachings on bhavana, or mental cultivation. Each time you practice seeing yourself with these qualities, you're strengthening the mental pathways that make these behaviors more accessible, more natural. Visualization gradually makes you feel as though compassion, patience, and resilience are already parts of who you are, which in turn makes it easier to act in line with them. Visualization also extends to our personal goals and aspirations. If you're aiming to achieve inner peace, visualize yourself moving through life's ups and downs with grace, staying centered regardless of what happens. Imagine letting go of your worries, being grounded in every situation. This mental imagery allows your mind to experience the peace you desire, making it feel familiar and reachable. Then, when you encounter challenges, you can return to this mental anchor, the image of yourself as resilient and at peace, helping you to embody this state in real-life situations. Visualization can help you see yourself in a new light. Instead of viewing yourself as someone who's striving or struggling, you start to internalize these qualities as an integral part of your identity. This shift in mindset is profound. When you believe that these qualities are already within you, you're more likely to act in alignment with them. Visualization bridges the gap between intention and action, making it possible to manifest positive qualities more naturally. In Buddhism, this practice isn't about chasing after goals or becoming better. It's about honoring the potential within each of us. Buddha taught that the mind can be trained to cultivate any quality, much like a garden can be tended to produce beautiful flowers. Visualization serves as a way to nurture this inner garden, choosing which qualities to cultivate and which unhelpful habits to release. Every time you visualize embodying peace, compassion, or patience, you take another step toward truly becoming that person. As you consistently visualize your goals and ideals, you're not just imagining a distant dream, you're nurturing a reality that already exists within you. This practice not only deepens self-belief, but also reduces doubt, allowing you to act from a place of peace and confidence. Over time, visualization reveals that the best version of yourself is not far away. It's simply waiting to be fully realized from within. The journey is transformative, bringing harmony between your inner values and outward actions, showing that who you want to be is already within reach. 7. Cultivate self-compassion. In Buddhism, self-compassion is crucial for personal growth, inner peace, and resilience. The Buddha emphasized that to walk the path of enlightenment, we must show ourselves the same kindness and understanding that we offer to others. Practicing self-compassion involves recognizing our shared humanity, understanding our struggles, and approaching ourselves with a gentle, forgiving mindset, especially during challenging moments. This practice of loving kindness, or metta, begins with ourselves and gradually radiates outward, allowing us to better support and empathize with others. For many, self-criticism becomes second nature. When we make mistakes or fall short, we often judge ourselves harshly, leading to feelings of guilt, unworthiness, or frustration. But in Buddhism, such self-judgment is viewed as both unproductive and harmful, as it creates suffering without contributing to personal growth. Self-compassion, in contrast, encourages us to approach ourselves with kindness and patience, recognizing mistakes as a natural part of the human experience. Instead of punishing ourselves, we can learn from these moments and move forward with greater clarity and a renewed sense of purpose. One effective way to cultivate self-compassion is through metta meditation. This practice involves silently repeating phrases of kindness and goodwill, starting with oneself and then extending these intentions to others. For example, you might begin by saying, "May I be happy, may I be healthy, may I be at peace." This simple practice can transform our inner dialogue, replacing harsh self-criticism with gentle and encouraging thoughts. Over time, this compassionate mindset builds resilience, making it easier to face life's challenges without being overwhelmed by negative self-talk. Practicing self-compassion also involves forgiving yourself for past mistakes and releasing unrealistic expectations. Many of us carry the burden of past actions or regrets, allowing these memories to hold us back. In Buddhist practice, forgiveness is viewed as an act of self-liberation. By forgiving yourself, you release your mind from the grip of guilt and shame, creating space for growth and self-acceptance. Acknowledging that you are human and therefore imperfect can be a deeply transformative realization, enabling you to approach life with a lighter heart and a more open mind. In times of stress or failure, practicing self-compassion helps us become our own source of support. Instead of seeking validation from others, self-compassion provides a stable inner foundation. When we make mistakes, we can see them as chances to learn and grow, rather than as judgments of our self-worth. This shift in mindset strengthens emotional resilience, freeing us from the need for external approval and the fear of criticism. Another important aspect of self-compassion in Buddhism is understanding anatta, or non-self. This teaching reminds us that our identities are not fixed and are not defined by our mistakes or achievements. By seeing ourselves as fluid and ever-changing beings, we become less attached to self-criticism and less burdened by past actions. We begin to understand that we are not confined by past versions of ourselves, and that we have the freedom to grow and evolve with every moment. Practicing self-compassion creates a ripple effect. When we treat ourselves with kindness and understanding, we naturally become more capable of extending that same compassion to others. This strengthens our relationships and fosters a sense of interconnectedness, allowing us to approach others with greater empathy and patience. Through self-compassion, we become less reactive, more understanding, and more able to offer love without judgment. Self-compassion serves as a foundation for inner peace and spiritual growth. By being gentle with ourselves, we cultivate a mental space where healing and resilience can thrive. This mindset not only makes us stronger, but also brings a sense of freedom and acceptance, enabling us to live with a lighter and more open heart. Practicing self-compassion reveals that showing kindness to oneself is not a sign of weakness, but a profound source of strength. It gives us the courage to face life's challenges with a compassionate and steady spirit. Over time, this practice helps us realize that true peace comes from embracing ourselves with the same loving kindness we wish to share with the world. In Buddhism, the mind mirrors what it is fed. Every thought, experience, and input we allow shapes our inner world and ultimately our lives. By intentionally choosing to nourish our minds with positive, uplifting, and compassionate influences, we create a life of peace and wisdom not only for ourselves, but also for those around us. Remember, each moment offers a chance to choose what you feed your mind. Choose wisely. If these Buddhist principles resonate with you, like this video, share it, and subscribe for more insights. Begin today. Take the first step toward transforming your mind and life into a reflection of the peace, wisdom, and compassion you seek.